Barack Obama's new strategy to win the war in Afghanistan relies just as much on going after al-qaeda in Pakistan as it does beating the Taliban.
If we have a high-value target within our sights, after consulting with Pakistan, we're going after them. But our main thrust has to be to help Pakistan defeat these extremists.
The US is to triple American aid to Pakistan over the next 5 years, but Mr. Obama insists the days of writing blank checks are over.
We need to work with them and through them to deal with al-qaeda, but we have to hold them much more accountable, and we have to recognize that part of our task in working with Pakistan is not just military, it's also our capacity to build their capacity.
He wants Pakistani security forces to intensify their assault on al-Qaeda safe havens in the country's rugged tribal regions. The president says the areas aren't only used to train extremists to fight coalition troops in Afghanistan and launch terrorist attacks around the world. Mr. Obama says al-Qaeda is also plotting to destabilize Pakistan itself. His Defense Secretary, Robert Gates, has put America's message more bluntly. He wants Pakistan's intelligence service to cut what many analysts see as its very close ties to extremist groups like al-Qaeda.
The Pakistanis have had contacts with these people for a long time, I think partly as a hedge against what might happen in Afghanistan if we were to walk away or whatever. What we need to do is try and help the Pakistanis understand these groups are now an existential threat to them, and that we will be there as a steadfast ally for Pakistan, that they can count on us and that they don't need that hedge.
Under the new strategy, the US military will continue to launch aerial missile attacks on al-Qaeda targets in Pakistan, but Mr. Obama is stopping short of sending ground forces in.
Our plan does not change the recognition of Pakistan as a sovereign government.
Putting a much greater emphasis on going after al-Qaeda could help the president sell what's shaping up to be a long and costly war in Afghanistan. Mr. Obama now has to sell his new Afghanistan strategy to America's European allies at this week's NATO summit in France.